Hello and welcome back to another semi-exciting episode of Backwoods Bourbon. We're going to do another blind today, and today's blind is going to be all single barrel expressions. So, to make this blind fair, I felt that we would stay in the same area of proof. One thing that does vary is the price. We are going from somewhere in the $28 to $150. But I really think the $28 offering is really going to perform better than you'd think. And I'm pretty excited to see where it lands. The first competitor in today's blind, Baker 7, 107 proof single barrel. This comes out of the Jim Beam distillery. The next competitor will be New Riff single barrel. It's like 108 and some change on proof. The next competitor in the blind will be Blanton's Gold. It's a little less proof, but it's got the Blanton's name. It should be able to compete, right? Last, but certainly not least for me, Jim Beam single barrel, 108 proof. Let him sit right there. And as always, A to D, and we'll see which one we like the best. And you know, you'd think it'd be common knowledge what single barrel is, but I'm going to kind of go through it. Single barrel means that each of these bottles, all the contents, came out of the very same barrel. It wasn't a blended product. It was all aged in the same barrel. 4 individual barrels, not the same barrel for all 4. But one of these is a barrel proof. The others are not, I don't think. No. But barrel proof and cask strength is not necessarily the same thing. Like barrel proof can mean it entered the barrel at 107. While it was aging, it raised proof. Then they basically tame it back down to the proof that it was put into the barrel. And I really think that's what this is, for it to be 108 and still be barrel proof. Cask strength usually means if it was barreled at 120 and it rose to 127 before they poured, they would leave it 127, and that's my interpretation says that's cask strength. So barrel proof, cask strength kind of mean the same thing, but just a touch different. So let's go ahead and get started with this. I really think that Jim Beam has a shot of really placing high. Hell, it may even win. Who knows? And 2 Jim Beam products is not a normal thing in a blind, but they're both really good and they kind of fit the same category. Man, that's good. Not very sweet. Cinnamon, bacon spice. It's a little sweeter on the palate than it is on the nose. If I'm going to come back through them, I'm going to leave some of that. Now to B. Totally different nose. It actually smells a little older. Like not a lot of ethanol hits you. It's like some dried fruit type smell. Really good. This is going to be tough. Little vanilla. Kind of follows the aroma. It's a little vanilla, a little caramel, pretty sweet. That's a really good nose too. I don't really want to say what I'm smelling there because it's going to tick off what brand it is, I'm afraid. Maybe not. Maybe not. The taste wasn't like the nose. I can tell you this, after going through all those, there's not one glass in this being the cheapest, and I know that for a fact, and I don't know which bottle's which, to be honest. There's not one drink in this that should cost $120 less than any of the others, in my opinion. I think that's the wild thing about bourbon. You can buy a $200 sucky bottle, or you can buy a $25 grape bottle, but there's not one bottle, there's not one glass there that's $125 better than any of the other. I can tell you that. This one's very unique compared to the others. This one, it's a lot more proud in your mouth, if that makes sense. Like when it hits your tongue and it rolls across the side of your tongue, it kind of stands at attention, like a well-dressed Marine, you know. Really nice, really nice. This one's a little more subtle than that one. It's really good, but it's just not. It's almost like watching a nitrous engine on a dyno versus a turbo engine. This one's really strong and really smooth power, and this one just kind of gives you what it's got, and it just kind of holds for the whole drink. But this one's definitely a little more ramped on the taste. This one is not as bold, but the subtleties are really good. It lets you know you're drinking good whiskey. It just doesn't grab you. Some days I could see where this would be a better drink than this one, and I could see that days this one would be better than this one. And that's one thing about these blinds, is what you ate that day, what kind of mood you're in. You know, you could do this blind 3 times over the next 3 days and a different one would win, depending on like things that's going on in your life, which I think is pretty cool. That's why you should always go back to bottles too. If you try one and you really don't think it's all that great, you know, give it a few weeks and get back into it. Between the air doing its thing with it and a different mood and a different day and a different meal, it could hit you totally different. So don't give up on a bottle just because first time you tried it you didn't like it. Let's see. Most unique bottle in the bunch. Most unique. This is the most unique drink in the batch. Whole different profile. Like Marine, Street Fighter, Sophisticate. Kind of how you relate to those. I know that sounds ridiculous, but today. I know you don't supposed to guess what those are, but that's nutty. I feel like it's a Jim Beam. I don't know which one, but it could be Baker Beam or it could be Jim. I'm not sure. But that's not what we're here to decide. We're here to decide which one's better. I think I got my order. I do. All right. You ready to let me know which one's which?
Yeah.
C is last, and I think that might be the Blanton's.
It is not.
It is not.
It's Baker's.
Wow. You know, it was sweet, like surprisingly sweet, and not very nutty. I wouldn't have guessed that. So Baker's is there. Mm-hmm. So that throws the rest of my stuff off.
Yeah.
Next favorite was B.
Blanton's.
I had those two backward, and to be honest, this one doesn't feel like it's 4 proof points higher than this. It don't. So, I really expected Blanton's to be a little higher. This is not nearly as good, but I picked this one to be Blanton's drinking it, but
you also said that the Blanton's one was the one that was really, like, it stayed steady.
Yeah, like it was very steady.
Okay.
This one, it's kind of surprising. All right, the next is D.
And you said that had the nutty kind of
Yes,
taste.
yes.
New Rip.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
No way. The 28
Jim Beam.
Jim Beam.
Yes.
Wow. You know, I didn't get a nuttiness in this. I don't even know, like, I could have been dead off on my palate and my smell, but it was not anything like, I did not see Jim Beam winning. I know that I like this bottle, and this is my second one, but I had no idea. I really figured that my guess on the one leading was either of these three. And, I just opened the new riff. I'd never really tried it.
We'll try it again on a different day, completely blind, and see how you react to it on a different day.
Yeah, but that's cool. That shows that you really don't have to spend money to have good bourbon. I'm thinking this was $150 store pick Blanton's Gold. This was like a $70 Baker's 7. This is $70, and it's either high 20s, low 30s for the single barrel. But I highly recommend this bottle. When we did our 6 bottles for beginners, this was on it, I'm pretty sure.
I believe so. We'd have to look back and see.
Yeah.
Cody would know right off.
Yeah, Cody would remember. But that's good.
But since he's living it up on the beach right now, we can't ask him.
And one thing that's weird is, like, you think you go to a restaurant and somebody orders Dr. Pepper and somebody orders Coke. You think that, it's easy to tell the difference in Dr. Pepper and Coke. When it's in front of you, it is. But how many times have you thought they give you the wrong pop, or maybe it's diet, maybe it's not? I can probably tell if it's diet or not quicker than I can tell if it's Pepsi or Coke or Dr. Pepper. But your mind, when you don't know what you're drinking, it's tough. Mm-hmm. But goes to show you, it don't have to be expensive to be good. If you don't have this bottle, I highly suggest you get it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We'll catch you on the next one.